What's going on, guys? I want to give you a complete update of what went down this week inside of Diablo Immortal. So if you missed any of the content that was dropped throughout the week, it is all covered inside of this video. If you want to stay up to date on Diablo Immortal, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all. Enjoy the video. The Bout of Realms inside of Diablo Immortal has been a bit of a mess lately, and for those of you that don't know what this is all about, I'm going to tell you what the event is, as well as what's going on with it right now inside of the game. The Bout of Realms is basically a whale event where people from all different servers, as long as in the same cluster, can team up in teams of 8 and fight it out to see who are the strongest players inside of the game with some hefty rewards. The rewards are all shown here on the screen inside of the game. As you can see, first place is getting 180 legendary crests, an exclusive cloak, another Vanquisher of Realms cloak, which is a forever type cloak, a nice frame, some really cool rewards, and there are people all the way up to, I believe, 60 something, where is it, 64 are going to receive some type of rewards for participating. It seems like a really cool event, and I really do love that this type of competitive play is coming to the game. Now, why do I say that this is a whale-friendly event? Well, because all of the power that you have inside of the game that you've purchased or earned is going to be able to be used here. So the more you spend in the pay-to-win game, you know the more chances you're going to have of doing well. Plus, whales can team up together to fight alongside of one another to ensure that they're victorious, which in my opinion is okay. It's just how the event runs. But like I mentioned, there have been issues. And as you can see, Ghost Signals, the community manager of Diablo Immortal, came out with this statement just a few days ago, letting everyone know kind of what's going on inside of the game. Due to unforeseen issues that occurred in the Bout of Realms, many players were not able to participate in the preliminary round, which commenced today. To fix this situation, we unfortunately need to start the preliminary round again. We'll be resetting the progress of the event and adding a day at the end of the event to make up for the missed day. This means that the preliminary match period will be from August 19th through the 23rd, which means it started yesterday, with each match taking place local server time at 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m., and 10:30. We want to apologize, and they says that you could look forward to be compensated, which seems pretty cool. Now, the compensation that came through, I did not sign up for this event, so I didn't receive it myself, but what I'm hearing is 1 legendary crest was the compensation, and I know that many players were kind of laughing at that compensation, saying that it was a big joke. Now, why is this such a big deal? This event is not just log in and like do your Heliquary raids with someone. This is something that takes a lot of time, and it's also something that takes a lot of coordination between you and your teammates. So if the days are changed, people have prior obligations. There are going to be people that are not available to play on other days unless it were planned out, potentially work, potentially family events, vacation, etc. So when you have to commit an hour or so per day at a certain specific time to play with your other 7 teammates in these events, if those events' times and dates are changed, it could really be a problem. And it has been. If we simply come on over here to the forums, you can see that very many people are upset with the event. People are calling it a joke. People are saying that their teams aren't going there in full. They're only having 4 to compete, and they're being matched with 8 other players. One thing I will say, though, is it's not Blizzard's responsibility to make sure that the 8 people chosen for your team are going to be there on time. Some players mentioned that they were hoping that bots would be filled in the empty spots, but at the end of the day, we all know that bots aren't going to help you pull in a victory against a true team of 8. Either way, a lot of the issue is actually caused because of the time and date changes. Although, as a team, you are responsible to be there to participate with your team. That's not on Blizzard, but the date and time change definitely is. We even have people saying that this is the biggest joke event ever, throwing around the word scam and that this is illegal, things like that. I don't think that anything that's being done here is illegal or a scam. And I also will say that Blizzard definitely did run into some type of issue with the event, which made all of this happen, and they're trying to make it the best for all. Unfortunately, when things don't go as planned because people can't get into a match when they're supposed to, and they have to rework things, it's not going to be ideal for anyone. So essentially what they're doing with this event right now is they are doing whatever they can to have it cause at least the least amount of stress and issues for all people as possible. Unfortunately, there are definitely going to be players that are negatively impacted by this. And another thing that I didn't love was this notification came out in game saying the matches were suspended. It says, unfortunately, all matches have been suspended due to a breakdown and will resume tomorrow at 3 o'clock to maintain fairness. When you receive a message like this, okay, it's great to know that the match isn't happening, but 3 o'clock tomorrow to maintain fairness. First of all, you don't know what 3 o'clock means. Is that 3 o'clock a.m., p.m. server time? We really don't know, because remember, people are in different servers from all over. I'm assuming it meant server time, but again, it wasn't clear enough for an event that people have been planning for, potentially taking some time or getting away from family so they could focus on this. This should have been a much more in-depth message with quite a bit more detail. So at the end of the day, the event is still going on. People are still participating. People are going to take that first place, second place, third place. Players will be able to win the cape that we've been talking about forever. That is like the big prize for the event. It all will go on. Unfortunately, there will be players along the way that get slighted or that feel slighted in the process and either won't be able to participate or their success in the event will be hindered by their teammates not being able to make matches, and it's definitely not going to go as smooth as intended. Now, hopefully this bump in the road is something that Blizzard can learn from and make sure that next time this happens, that there is that this bump, this issue that they had is eliminated, because I don't think that having this same issue again would be good for the event or for the game. But as I've mentioned before, these types of events are really good for the game. Being able to bring together community to compete in these types of events, whether it's a whale event, whether it's a free-to-play event, it doesn't matter. Having the systems in place so that these competitions can actually happen is a positive thing. And that's me trying to find the silver lining in all of this mess. Blizzard did try and do the right thing by fixing everything for players. They did try to compensate. Unfortunately, the compensation was kind of garbage, and they definitely do want the event to go smooth. Unfortunately, it's not at this point in time. My hope is that the event can end up in a smooth, clean fashion, and that most players that are participating can enjoy their time inside of it, and that we have a very fair winner at the end that has deserved and was deserving of the first place prize. You guys can let me know in the comments below if you're participating in that event. In other news, we have over in China, players being able to return to the game and get some really huge advanced progression just for coming back to playing the game. This is something that as we're approaching Paragon 1000 inside of Diablo Immortal, we have to start thinking about. If you remember, previously we were around 1300 Paragon and it got dropped down to like 200 or something. The Paragon was completely split. All players were dropped back down. And this was so that the reach for brand new players to get to the level that we were at, veteran players, that by that I mean, it was less of a stretch. We're reaching level 1000 again. Many players are already there, and I'm probably going to get there today on my live stream. Make sure you come through. I'll be live streaming around 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern time. China decides to do this event right now where Diablo Immortal straight up and play is now open. Log into the game, free one click straight up to the peak of 600. A full set of mainstream accessories immediately into the shelter of the hot blood war. So basically what they're saying is, if you're an older player or a new player, you could get jumped right up to Paragon level 600 right off the bat with a whole bunch of gear that's being given to you to start. This is going to be a good thing for players that are like, oh no, the ones that are saying, should I start now because the game is just so far, it's been going on for so long, it's going to take me forever to catch up. This is a nice opportunity for players to do that. But as a veteran player, how do you feel about players getting a quick and easy 600 Paragon levels on day one of logging into the game? What I do like is that Diablo Immortal, at least over in China, is thinking of a way to make new players continuously funnel into the game and not just thinking about the players that they already have. Because as you know, players diminish over time, and we need to always replenish with new players inside of the game. Now, as I mentioned, I'll be going live today. I was actually away on a short vacation for a few days and I was not live, but I'd love to hang out with you guys today. That's going to happen at 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern time, getting caught up with a whole lot of things here at the house and with my other YouTube channels as well. But then I'll be going live and I can't wait to hang out with all of you. Make sure you come through. I got a bunch of stuff to run with you guys. And as I mentioned, we're sitting at 991 Paragon right now, which is only one level above server Paragon, but I am sitting on so many rewards that I can claim both over there and over here. I could probably push myself right over to the server Paragon level of 1000 and start equipping some of that really nice gear. I'm looking forward to it. Hope to see you guys in the stream, and I'll see you guys later on. About to hit Paragon 1000 inside of Diablo Immortal. As it sits right now, the server Paragon level is 990 and I am Paragon level 991. But we have tons of rewards because we are the masters of experience gain inside of Diablo Immortal. Let's take a look at what I'm actually saving right here. I've saved assembly rewards for weeks. I've saved up all of my event rewards that I haven't claimed as well. Prediction rewards also. We even have the Winds of Fortune event rewards still sitting here with Battle Pass to collect as well. That's been here almost all month. Then we take a look at the Codex and oh my God, I haven't collected this thing since the start of the Battle Pass. We've gotten so much. So we're gonna see an explosion of experience right here in just a minute. And my server Paragon level 990 and account level 991 will jump up to Paragon 1000. Now, why is this a big deal? Why does it matter? Well, take a look at all this gear we have. I can't wear a bunch of this gear with the arrows up until I reach Paragon level 1000. So it's gonna be really nice when that actually happens, and we're gonna start right now. Let's just see how much we can get out of just going from our mail. I'm gonna claim all right here. You guys can let me know in the comments or the chat how many experience you think I'm gonna gain just from my mail. Let's check it out right now. Boom, 995. That's actually insane. I gained 4 Paragon levels just from my mail. Wow, we could finally clear all that out. Read all, delete red, boom. All that is gone. 995 is now the Paragon level, gaining 4 just from that. And the biggest rewards are yet to come. Let's take a look over here. We have the Codex, and if we take a look over here, the experience is 7,149. Keep in mind, I was away for a few days on vacation. I didn't play heavily, and I still was able to get to that. I'll get to 9,600 by the end of the week, but we got 6 levels we can go on the Battle Pass. We did just unlock the Cosmetic, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. But look at this. Let's start claiming the biggest points first. The Bestiary, boom. What are we gaming here? Oh my God, 997. 7 levels just from that. What else do we have that's a big one? We got this one right here. The Random Dungeons, boom. Claim that. Boom. We got ourselves to 998 and quite a bit down here on the bottom. 57 rewards to pick up in the Battle Pass. I just exceeded the length of the Battle Pass right there. We completed the Battle Pass with those. Now, 896 points from bounties. Boom, 999. Oh my God, we are almost there. I better get my screenshot ready so that when that happens, we get it. We're gonna claim right here. Dome, is this enough? Nope, not quite. We got the experience. We're climbing slowly. We're gonna claim here. Am I gonna be able to get it with what we have right here? I have 340 right here. We're getting levels over here for the Battle Pass, but not enough for the Paragon level yet. How about here? Boom, 72. Oh my God, it's gonna be so close. 100 something. Claiming over here, 142. Oh my gosh, how much more do we actually have here? 40, 8, 40, 99. Oh, I have a little bit more right over here. Holy cow, this is not gonna get us to 1,000. We are actually going to have to do a bit more. What just happened? A bit more grinding here before we get to 1,000 because it's not ready yet. We are so close. Look at the bottom over here. Holy cow. Let's take a look at the rewards that we just got from all this. 14 gifts to the renown. We did get the new cosmetic as well, the Battle Pass cosmetic that is. Let's take a look at what that actually looks like on our person right now. We're going to claim it. Boom. The gilded Equinity armor. Okay, cool. We're going to claim all these rewards in just a little bit. Let's take a look here. I want to actually put this on. It is on in full right there. Not the coolest looking in the world. I can't believe we are at server Paragon level 999. We're getting only 30% rewards. We're going to have to go ahead and do a little bit of work right now so that we can actually get this done. So to get the final little bit of experience that I need to get to Paragon 1000, I'm doing a little bit, and there it is right there, Paragon 1000. We were doing a little bit of Path of Blood. Let's exit out and take a look at what the account looks like right now. We finally made ourselves to Paragon 1000 inside of Diablo Immortal, rocking the cosmetic that comes with the Battle Pass, which I don't particularly love. Getting our Heliquary, Seeker's Path, Demonic Remains rewards. Do we actually have one that we can put on right now? It looks like we do. Lots of stuff that can be added now, guys, because we are actually getting ourselves the ability to wear items that we weren't able to wear before. So this is going to be really sweet. I have a whole bunch of gear, all of which can now be thrown onto my character. Hope you guys are getting yourself to Paragon 1000 as well. It's a good time. It's a new opportunity for gear enhancement and wearing some new gear. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and come back tomorrow for another live stream and another video. Welcome back to Diablo Immortal. Hope you're all doing well. Today I want to talk to you about a bunch of topics that have been being discussed regarding Diablo Immortal and dive into the game to show you guys what your areas of focus should be right now. Let's dive into it. To start us off, the Set Hunter event date has changed. Meteor Blade posted this over in the forum earlier on and spoke of how the original date of this event was supposed to end on August 25th. But if we dive into the game, we're going to see differently. As you can see right here, live in-game right now, the Set Hunter event is going until the 9/10. So September 10th, this one is going to end, which is actually really great. Gives us just a little bit of a better opportunity to get those green set items that we're actually looking to get. There's another discussion going on as well regarding armory placement and how people want these types of things in the Court of Whispers. I know that a lot of people want these in different areas inside of the game. And I know that Blizzard has put certain things, like you have a bestiary put in a certain space, you have some blacksmiths here and there throughout the game, but the armory is something that we see less than those other items. I think a lot of this has to do with the ability of our pets to be able to do these services. I mean, we can see it right here, taking a look at what my pets are able to do. I can switch my loadout like an armory, I can identify equipment like an identifier, and I can salvage equipment like a blacksmith, all just using the pets that I have in my game. And to be honest with you, these familiars are not the hardest to attain. You just need to get yourself those traits that are gonna allow you to do those. It's the purple traits that you have right over here, and then you could actually do those things that you're looking to do specifically with the armory without actually having to go to an armory. In my opinion, that's probably Blizzard's answer to this issue, making it easier for players to attain these pets or familiars so that then they can stop worrying about placing armories, blacksmiths, identifiers all around the maps. And more people trying to find old cosmetic sets. Please support me to make evidence on this post. It'll create a new section, but here we go. My preferred one is this set. I opened 2 support requests about it without a solution. So basically what he's trying to do is get a cosmetic set. We actually have a response from Red October. I can see the player appeal to this, especially if it's a desired skin. Some of the skins are periodically available in the archival shop, which when you purchase the empowered battle pass, but Phantom Market skins have not been available there from what I remember, and he is correct right there. I honestly don't think the PM will become available outside the PM. Except the concept behind them is limited availability. So what he's trying to say right here is, or as I'm stumbling through my words, I'm sorry, Phantom Market cosmetics are not going to be available in an archival shop. They're just really going to be available in the Phantom Market. It's what gives that exclusivity of those cosmetics. Now, we have seen Phantom cosmetics return in the past. We saw one of the Phantom Market cosmetics return from Days of Old. I want to say I think it was the Mad King. Either way, I don't think that the cosmetics from the Phantom Market should be available outside of those events. As Red said, it does give that exclusivity of those cosmetics, which is actually quite nice. But for some of the Battle Pass cosmetics of old, that would be cool to see them come back. Let me show you where they are now. As you can see right here, if you get the Collector's Empowered Battle Pass, it's an additional $10 from the normal Battle Pass. You get these coins right here, these Battle Archive coins. You can then spend those coins inside of the Battle Archive shop. And inside of that shop, you can get different cosmetics that have been here from Days of Old, like the Traveling Blade Armor. You can get the Traveling Blade Portal. Maybe you'll want the Astride of the Abyss armor. Or maybe you'll want none of these, like myself, and I will never buy this $15 Battle Pass because I don't think the value is there. The cosmetics are good. If you are looking for one of those older cosmetics, and it does happen to be inside of this shop, then that's a time that would probably be good for you to pick up that thing. Like this portal is actually pretty cool. I think that one's pretty nice. But that's completely up to you and what you're looking for. If you're not interested in anything that's inside of the shop, then it wouldn't be worth you getting that cosmetic set, or I should say the extended Battle Pass. Cosmetics outside of Battle Pass cosmetics that come 1 month and then are gone the next, I think should remain as exclusive, like the Phantom Market cosmetics. And if they want to do a special event in the future, maybe a once a year, you can re-engage in the Battle Pass and get these cosmetic sets if you redo, not the Battle Pass, the Phantom Market. That could be a cool event where it still costs $170 to get those cosmetics, but they're bringing back some favorites that people can get themselves engaged in and get themselves equipped in if maybe they're a newer player or missed it in the past. Speaking of Battle Pass, the Battle Pass ends in under 6 days. Make sure you get yourself progressing through it as much as you can. And while you're doing that, remember that you should probably collect your rewards on Monday, where you have the biggest chance of earning the most rewards. As you can see, I'm only getting 10% of my rewards right now because I'm 13 levels above server Paragon. I'll be waiting for Monday, collecting all of my Battle Pass rewards, and then collecting them every single day until the new Battle Pass, because remember guys, you lose any Battle Pass points that you don't collect before the Battle Pass resets. And I have to say, people are still getting lucky with legendary crests. I don't know that I've seen this much luck come on through from people, but lately we are getting quite a bit. Check this out. 5 out of 5 star Colossus engine right there. Super good find. We also had another one right here. Someone that just run 3 quick crests, getting themselves a BSJ and a Roiling Consequence. Nice to see that people are still getting a little bit of luck in their runs, and these aren't even Mirror Jewels event runs. And a reminder that you should probably be re-engaging with challenge rifts. If you guys recall, 530 through 550 have received a combat rating lowering or nerf, so you basically can drive yourself further up in your challenge rifts. Reason why you want to do that at the end of the day is to get more of the cryptic crystals so that you can then in turn upgrade your green items to higher and higher levels as you go. So if you haven't done any challenge rifts in the last month or so, dive on in again today and you're probably gonna be able to progress yourself a few more levels and get some free crystals. And speaking of rewards and things you can gain, for those of you that have been coming through my live streams and all of that, you've probably noticed or recalled that I had a whole bunch of rewards here to gain. I wasn't collecting any of these pieces of gear. Well, last night I was getting my blessings and I said, let me check out all this gear. And I actually did pick up a few improvements of gear, and I was able to unlock about 4 new essences for my wizard build because we are still rocking the wizard right now. So when I was claiming these, I claimed quite a few, and then I realized it was a whole nother tier, a whole nother page of rewards. So if you're holding rewards, there may actually be more sitting around inside of there than you actually know. But I was able to get my shoulder piece up and get a nice upgrade there. Look, we got crit hit chance and crit hit damage on that. Plus we got it combat rating higher, and we have fortitude on really nice shoulder piece. Was able to upgrade one of my other items as well, and of course we were able to get a better Exemplar's Urge piece as well, which was giving me higher combat rating and some more fortitude than we had previously, all from that event. So the moral of the story is take advantage of these events, take the rewards that you get from them, and actually be able to improve your accounts. And I've come a long way with the Wizard. We only have a few essences that we have yet to unlock on the account, which is really nice. I was talking about maybe switching out of the Wizard and going back to a Barbarian or a Crusader, but I'll tell you what, I dove back into PvP last night and had a really good time as the Wizard, so I will be remaining a Wizard for a lot longer. Also, your Moonright Flora. This is a good time to utilize your Moonright Flora because we now are, as long as you've gotten to that server Paragon 1000. Make sure that you get yourself on Inferno 5, 6, 7, 8. As soon as you're on Inferno 8 and your Paragon level is over 1000, good time to come on over and to start running some of that Moonright Flora because it's going to give you what you're looking for as far as green items go, so you can craft green items that are going to be more beneficial and useful to your account at this stage. That's going to be the Rite of Cleansing. I have a bunch that I can run myself. I'm not going to run it right now, but it is a good time for both me to use these and for you to use them as well. So now you have an idea of what you should be grinding throughout your day-to-day and what everyone's talking about inside of Diablo Immortal. I'm probably not going to be going live today, one, because it's my anniversary with my wife, and two, because I have a lot of videos I have to prepare because I have a very small vacation coming up where I have to have videos come out while I'm away. I hope you guys can understand. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the game, and let me know of your greatest progress that you've recently had inside of Diablo Immortal. Take care, guys. Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. This one is long overdue, where I share with all of you the Wizard build that I've currently been utilizing in PvP. I want to give credit to Tiffany for guiding me into this build, teaching me how to use it where I could actually become a good player with this in PvP situations. I'm going to show you the entire build as a whole and then show you what it looks like when it's in actual battle at the end of the video. And as always, remember to subscribe for daily Diablo Immortal videos. Let's start off with the skills right off the bat. We're going with Electrocute as the primary attack, Lightning Nova, Teleport, Slow Time, which is extremely important, and Arcane Wind for the skills. Just to give you full context here, this is my combat rating at the current point in time. 51, 194, Strength, Intelligence, Fortitude, Vitality, Willpower, and all of those. Armor penetration 4490, and you can see right here my resonance is just over 4,000 resonance, but I will say that the build that I'm featuring today is used by many players with much lower resonance as well. And for PvP situations, I run Gladiator Paragon with this build. And just to finish it all up, these are my Legacy of the Horadrim bonus attributes as well. For my charm, I'm not running anything special. I'm not using Ice Crystal, Magic Missile, Meteor, Ray of Frost, literally using none of these, so my charm is not even a play here, but I am using two cursed properties in particular. I really like Nettled, it's going to give me that shielding when I'm in battle, and Wired, which is going to get more of that electricity running through the battles as well. These two cursed properties I think are really important for the build. Now we'll take a quick look at the green set items. As you can see, we're wearing a 4-piece Skybreaker, a 2-piece Feasting Barons, and a 2-piece Vthu. The Skybreaker is going to deal damage, unleashing Lightning Blast at the enemy's location, shocking all nearby enemies for at 8,500 damage per second for 3 seconds. Can occur once every more than 6 seconds. And then when you wear the 4-piece, when near shocked enemies, you automatically release a chain lightning, dealing 35,000 damage. Up to 4 chain lightnings can trigger once. So this is a really solid one, making this an intense lightning build. We also are going with Feasting Barons, just a 2-piece, increases the duration of harmful effects by 30%. And we are then going with Vthu, increases the duration of all beneficial effects on you or your party members by 30%. Vthu seems pretty standard with all builds across all classes. You're going to see benefit there almost all the time. Now, as for the legendary gems that I'm wearing, I am wearing all 5-star legendary gems, but they're not all 5 out of 5 quality. I'm going with the Roiling Consequence, Blood-Soaked Jade, Void Spark, because when I want more electricity, I got more electricity. I'm going with the Gloom Cask, Bottled Hope, Seeping Bile, and the last two are the Blood Flow, and we have the Colossus Engine. There are definitely a few gems in here that are outdated, such as the Seeping Bile. Gloom Cask and Void Spark can easily be replaced as well. The S tier gems as part of this build are the Roiling Consequence, the Blood-Soaked Jade, the Bottled Hope, Blood Flow, and the Colossus Engine. Although they're not required for this build to be effective, you can definitely utilize a combination of 1 and 2 star gems and really be effective in PvP with this same exact build. Now let's take a look at our primary pieces of gear. Now, of course, we're going with the Horde Splitter's Spirit Helm. They are all called that. That's when you get to the higher level, you can craft one of those. But what's more important here is the essence being used. Temporal Flux, which is very important. Slow time now causes you to enter a temporal flux, causing your non-channeled skills to reduce the cooldown of your other skills and increase your movement speed. Slow time cooldowns cannot be reduced by this effect. The cooldown is reduced by 7.2%, and because we're awakened, slow time cooldown is decreased by 10%. This essentially makes you be able to spam your skills like crazy, calling this the carpal tunnel build. For the chest piece, we're going with Coat of the Astrum, and right here we have the Runaway Lightning. Lightning Nova now unleashes a wild arc that jumps rapidly between random targets, leaving behind sparks of electricity that continue to deal damage when it hits shocked enemies. The damage is increased by 18%, plus an additional 10% from being awakened. You can start to see now why I like having as much electricity as possible, which is why I like the Void Spark gem, and why I like utilizing Wired as a cursed property as well. We have Sir's Fortuitous Ward. This right here. We have Teleport now causes you to gain a shield that absorbs 35,000 damage and blocks 1 total loss of control effect. And the cooldown is increased. Shield effect is increased by 54%. Teleport cooldown is reduced by 10%. Also, remember, we have the Nettledon right here, where you gain a shield after 6 seconds every time you hit or counter attack, dealing 40% of damage. So this right here, lots of shielding, which is really nice. Plus, it keeps you from that loss of control effect in PvP. Now, Stalking Wind. These pants are going to blink. Teleport now blinks you to a target location, unleashing a vortex that damages and knocks enemies up in the air. This is the stun you're looking for, and we'll have 3 instances of this when we're fully not on cooldown. It's going to knock them up in the air. You're going to be able to drop a bunch of attacks and then escape before anything happens. Teleport damage is increased by 18%, and again by an additional 10. Now, the first primary weapon is Mistral Rend. Here, Arcane Vortex. Arcane Wind now unleashes a condensed arcane vortex that bounces between you and multiple enemies, damaging and slowing them. Enemies already slowed will become immobilized. Arcane Wind damage is increased by 18%, plus an additional 10%. And our second primary weapon is Radiant Splines, which you probably have seen in other builds as well. When Lightning Nova deals a critical hit, it emits a charged bolt that deals almost 14,000 damage. It can't occur more often than once every second. Damage is increased by 90%, and Nova increased by 10%. So you're seeing a lot of damage is going to be bouncing around in electricity form. As the secondary weapon, we have Unrepentant Gale. Maximum arcane wind charges are increased by 1, the cooldown's reduced, and the damage is increased. And then finally, Trifling Piffle. Again, you've probably seen this one in other builds as well. When Lightning Nova hits a shocked enemy, it unleashes another Lightning Nova. Cannot occur more often than once every 4.5 seconds, and the cooldown is reduced by 10%. I think you're able to see right here, just from all of the lightning going around and the bouncing and how the effects play off of one another, how much damage is going to be throwing around in your PvP battles. And now I figured I'd show you a little bit of what this actually looks like in real PvP settings. What you want to do, obviously, with a wizard class or any type of a glass cannon class is keep your distance. But as you can see right here, I'm spamming the skills. We're using the time skill, and then we're popping Arcane Wind, and we're using our electricity to just completely spam out the opponents that we're near, and then we run away, bandage up before we can get back in the battle. Then once we do, we stay far back because all of this lightning that's spinning around continuously moves around on its own. You could keep your distance and do damage from afar, and those lightnings are going to just continuously go around and around, dropping damage whenever your enemies get near. Just make sure that you go heal up when you need to. And you could also play very aggressive with this. When you have your teleport, you can teleport through, get that stun, drop the electricity, and take out big numbers of enemies, as you just saw right there, taking down 4 that were on the idol. This is a build that I've really enjoyed. I'm a Crusader Barbarian guy, but playing the Wizard has been a real lot of fun, keeping me in the class now for over a month's time, which is actually long for me to play in a class outside of Barbarian. I think this build is on point, a ton of fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts of it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys back here in another video very soon.